Hello, my name is Tanya, and this is Clueless in Suburbia.
Get in, loser. We're doing a podcast.
Hi, everyone. How are you? Today, I am joined by my very best friend, Jessica. Me and Jessica have known each other for a very long time, since I was probably 19, I think. 18, 19, definitely in my late teens.
Yeah, over 10 years.
Yeah, she was my boss for a very long time.
Not a bossy boss.
Yes, she was an Aquarius boss, my favorite type of boss. And just our friendship bloomed after that.
She heard me playing Skrillex, and I think that was... She's like, I have to work here.
Yeah, we worked at a beauty store location for a very long time together, and just always really connected and related, and just would vent to each other and trauma dump during work all the time. And
cry sometimes, you know.
Yeah. Now here we are. She is also single, so if you want to slide in her DMs, don't say any crazy shit because she's gonna share it with me if you do.
I'll show everybody.
Yeah.
I love it. I tell my clients because it just amuses them so much. They're always like, "What's the new story?" And I always have content for them.
Yes. I don't know if I said it. She is a hairdresser, and yeah, she's very awesome. She's one of my favorite people to talk to. She's also a mom as well. She does not like that label, but she's a mom.
But I like being a mom. I don't like being labeled as like, I'm a mom, but I'm a cool mom.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. I don't
A lot
like
of
it
Mean Girls references in this podcast today.
Of course.
But also probably because we fit into the millennial bill. I'm going to jump right into it. What is your top 5 favorite movies? No specific order.
We're going to start with Mean Girls.
We might as well. I feel like it's very fitting so far.
We're starting there. And it's funny because I think my son was like 5. I'm like, Mike, what do you think my favorite movie is? He's like, Mean Girls. So he remembers me watching it. I must have watched it like 20 times when it came out. I don't even remember how old I was. I might have been...
You had to have been in high school.
Yeah. It's a bit ago, for sure.
I was at least in... I don't want to say like 6. Maybe I might have been in 6th grade. I think I was in 6th grade when Mean Girls came out.
Crazy. And I just went to my sister's place not too long ago, and I haven't seen her since pre-COVID, which is crazy. But it was like a museum in her apartment. She had every like childhood thing that I haven't seen in 20 years plus. Like, and then one of the things that she had was my Mean Girls DVD. Because she was a stealer of things.
Was it like the pink case? I think that's what mine is it has like a pink plastic case on it.
I don't remember the case, but she definitely had my Mean Girls DVD.
Gotta call out Karen for it. Call out Karen.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Mean Girl in Mean Girls?
Katie Haring, I think.
Why did you like Katie Haring?
I think because it's kind of relatable, like being like the weirdo, obviously, and then also like being like having like a I don't know, like a come up, a glow up, as we would say now. Like, I don't know. I feel like I had a glow up when I was my late teens, early 20s, and I feel like it's very relatable and it's easy to get caught up in like nonsense drama for sure.
I think all the best people that I've met as I've gotten older all had glow ups. Like anyone that was beautiful in high school, I feel like I can't relate. I'm sorry.
I think I have a glow up like every 2 years or so. And then I get in a relationship and, you know, there's a little glow down.
I feel that. I go through that sometimes too.
For sure.
I'm trying to think with Mean Girls. I've gotten that response a few times now. So I feel like it's obviously a popular answer, but it comes with our age. But I love it. I think it is probably one of the most iconic movies of the 2000 to 2010s era. Sure. And it is insanely quotable.
The new one sucks, though. I'll say that.
The new one is, yeah. I like tried.
I put it on couldn't get into it. Stupid.
I like the girl that played Karen in the musical.
I don't even remember any of that.
And I know Renee Rapp, the girl that played in Georgina in the new musical, was like saying she's ageist because she's gotten so much hate towards older millennials and stuff like that over it. But The musical was not. I'm sorry, it wasn't good.
It was terrible. Like, how do you take? It was terrible. And there's a lot of remakes coming up this year, so I'm very curious to see this like new Crow movie, a new Gladiator movie.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they do on these remakes. But
So Mean Girls is your first one. Of course, that's just a very full answer to put
Yes.
out there. But what's your second one?
I'm gonna go Labyrinth. David Bowie.
Yeah. That's
I love
so
that movie.
this is one that she had spoiled to me that she was going to have as an answer before she did the podcast, and I haven't seen it in so long, so I made it a point to watch it at work one day on Tubi, and it is so dreamy, and I do love. And there's the one song in it I like always hear on TikTok I didn't realize, and I was like, oh, I loved it.
Which song on TikTok?
I don't want to sing it. I don't want to sing
Is
it.
it the You Remind Me of a Babe?
Yes,
Babe,
that's the
babe with a child.
yes, that's the exact song. I heard it and I instantly was like, now it's stuck in my. It was stuck in my head for 2 days after that.
Yeah, David Bowie. I think that was one of my first crushes.
Your little like man crush.
I don't even
As a child?
Yeah,
It's funny because I feel like that's not your typical go-to. Like I feel like I think of the guys you've dated, none of them give you Bowie-esque
no
feels, but
no. I mean, I like weirdos though, so maybe
same. Yeah.
yeah.
That's a great movie though, The Dreamy, and then that has a really young Jennifer Connelly in it as well. Yeah, I remember being a little scared of that when I was little. When my mom, I
No,
feel like
I
my
loved
mom
it.
really wanted me to like it, and
The
she
part with the hands, she sat down and oh my god, like it is terrifying, but it was so good, so good.
Did you watch that with your sister Karen too when you were younger?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
for sure. That was definitely one, and not on my list, but Rocky Horror. Like, can you put on the movie with the lips? And my parents would put it on.
Same.
I was obsessed with that movie.
My parents,
Like-
every Halloween, I insisted because I know they'd play it on Halloween, and I always asked every Halloween when I was little to make sure that my mom put it on Halloween night after I went trick or treating.
My son, forget it. Like he didn't even want to watch Goosebumps when he was 12.
Really?
But when I was a kid, I was watching Arachnophobia, Rocky Horror. I saw parts of Scarface, I think. Oh my god. My parents said no filter on us when we were kids.
It's funny because I feel like me and Dylan relate in that too, where like our parents did not pay attention to, not that they didn't pay attention, but they just didn't really monitor what we were, I don't know. And I feel like all the best people I know, I feel like they grew up with such edge probably because of that. So I think it has an advantage. Don't monitor what your children are watching.
Yeah. I monitor what mom watches. But he doesn't ever like scary things anyway.
Really?
Because I would like, even PG-13, you're like, no, mom. No.
Oh,
Yeah, he's so sweet and innocent.
He's a good boy.
He only watches YouTube, really.
that's
And
that's
actually-
every kid now though.
And The Bear. For whatever reason, he loves that show.
That's an acquired taste for like a younger
Yeah,
teen.
no,
I
he-
feel like to somehow grasp on.
I didn't even get into that show, but he watched the whole thing in like a couple days. I was like, that's your show?
Did he watch the third season? I don't know if it's fully out. They've been releasing it week by week.
No,
The third episode.
I gotta tell him then.
Yeah, the third episode or the third season is out right now. I've been meaning to. I want to binge it because I do really like that show.
Yeah. It's a good one.
All right. So what's your third one?
I'm gonna go The Other Boleyn Girl.
Okay, this is one I have not seen, but I get the general. I generally get what it is about, and I always look at the TikToks.
I love Henry VIII. I know that is a weird thing to admit. I love the story because it's like it's part of history, and he's so freaking insane.
Okay.
And like totally changed the whole Church of England because he wanted to have, relations. And I don't know. It's just a great portrayal of that movie. Like you have Natalie Portman, Scarlett Johansson, both amazing actresses. And yeah, I think because it's a period piece and I love England. When I was in England, I got to see Henry VIII's jewelry. That was super cool.
That's a flex.
Yeah, in the museum, in the London Museum. I love anything Henry VIII. I don't know. He does it for me.
I remember like I know it has a stack cast. I remember seeing the ad for it in magazines when I was younger. But I feel like you talk about the way you talk very passionately about it when you have talked about it to me now. And I will maybe make a point to sit down and actually watch it.
Yeah.
Also because I always see like the creepy TikToks talking about like the King Henry lore stuff. Is he the one that exploded in the bathtub?
Possibly. He's the one. So he married, I wanted to say it's Catherine. She was like the Queen of Spain, and then yeah, he like fell in love with Anne Boleyn,
And he tried making his like ex-wife completely disappear off the face of the earth, like any memory of her.
kind of. Well, she was loved, so he kind of like something with the church. He kind of got the church and this one guy to like push the wife to the side and like make it almost like an annulment because she was technically married to his brother.
Okay.
It's just a wild his whole
Spiderweb of like
the true story of it is just insane and interesting.
Okay.
And just yeah, like the yeah, it's just a crazy story. And like you ever see the show The Tudors?
No, I remember it was on Showtime.
Yeah, another one of my faves if we were doing
You-
TV shows.
You always, I feel like, love shows like Black Sails. You used to always talk about Black Sails too, right?
Not so much Black Sails, more like I like Downton Abbey. That does it for me. And it's so boring, but I've watched it twice.
It's got a crazy following. Like they literally, I think the movies would do astronomical numbers when the movies were in the theaters back in the day.
Yeah.
I've never watched. It's BBC show, right?
Yeah.
And now I feel like you like Bridgerton to an extent.
I love Bridgerton. I didn't love the newest season as much as the other ones, but that's another podcast, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
I
I
am
should
more
do a
of
TV show one because
I am more of a TV show kind of girl than a movie girl.
Maybe we can do like an episode one day, literally just discussing. Because I do want to do breakups of because I have so many guest interviews that I feel like me and Dylan actually just did one where we talk about like DVDs or no, some of the VHSs that we've now collected and thrifted and just little stories behind them. Just because
Very nice. Oh my God, that's the next movie I was gonna say.
The Craft.
The Craft.
Yeah, I know.
That was my next favorite.
That was a favorite VHS that I came across in DC.
Yes.
That's a great movie.
That's on the list. That's whatever number we're at.
Is that a comfort movie? Do you rewatch that a lot?
I've rewatched it a decent amount of times. I don't know what it is about that movie. It is a really good one.
Did you watch that when you were? You probably watched that when you were very young too.
Yeah, I want to say 6th grade, maybe 7th grade, maybe it came out, something like that. Oh man, I am dating myself. Damn it.
Probably say like I feel like I saw that when I was so young, and I think I always, even though Nancy Downs in it is like horrifying, like the goth chick in it. Fairuza Balk is her real name in real life.
Love her,
but her
so
character was
spicy.
so iconic back in the day, and I just feel like when I was younger, I always.
For sure. And I always I don't dress like too goth or too witchy, but I love witchy things.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I'm always going to different like witchy fairs, and I just went to Salem recently.
I know. I feel like I feel like you look like you had a great time on that trip too.
Yes.
When you went.
I love witchy things. I love the craft.
You went in front of that big black house that I feel like everyone's. I feel
that's
like
it's
an iconic like house.
Yes. Wait, have you been there?
No.
We have to go there then.
I know. I would like to. I feel like I've heard it sells out around Halloween time, like to stay there
Both times I went was in the spring, so
off season.
Yeah, and I loved it. But the one lady that worked in like a coffee shop or something, we were like, "Oh, did they decorate a lot for Halloween?" And she's like, "Not so much." I'm like, "Really?" She's like, "But everybody gets dressed up in the town. Like you walk around and just everybody's in a costume. I guess the whole month." So I think I'd like to see that.
Is that also where the house for Hocus Pocus is too?
Yes, I believe so.
Because I feel like I've seen a few. I think it is possibly there because I have seen girls like post pictures like on Instagram of them visiting that house.
Yeah, very cool. Oh yeah. Because we saw the bigger house where the girl lives.
Yes.
Where the pretty girl, I forget her name.
I forgot her name too. But the girl the main guy, like the main teenager boy. And then I always thought it was funny how I don't know how we down got on the topic of Hocus Pocus, sorry. But how she's like, you're a virgin. It's like the brother. And in a Disney movie back in the day.
Oh my God.
Would never be done now.
That is so funny.
So that was your fourth? That's your fourth movie?
I know we did Labyrinth, we did Mean Girls.
The other Boylan?
See now I'm gonna forget how to say it too.
It's okay.
Boylan
root beer. That's what I'm like thinking of.
Yeah. Wait. What's my last one? Oh my God, I had a hard time dwindling it down. Oh, I know. Cruel Intentions.
That's a good one.
I was in love with Ryan Phillippe. Yeah. So that was just an amazing. I don't know why I loved all these male characters that were just terrible. But I did love that movie, and Reese Witherspoon's in it, and I don't know. That's another one.
I feel like that's a very iconic 90s movie, right? That's late 90s. It's got to be like
Yeah.
98 maybe.
I might have been. No, it might have been like 99, 2000, maybe.
Bittersweet Sympathy. Oh my God. Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve. You ever download on Kazaa? Remember there was the Bittersweet Symphony / Dirt Off Your Shoulder Jay-Z remix on Kazaa. I feel like this is only a memory I have.
You'd have to play it for me.
It's really good. It's like just one of those DJ Swish, something like that, like combos that was always on Kazaa, and I downloaded it when I was little. It's so good. I found it on YouTube. I'll listen to it at the gym sometimes.
I'd like to hear this now.
It's really
Add
good.
it to our playlist.
Yeah, I always try to update Jess on newer like dance music releases and stuff like that.
I love the new music. I like old music too, but I'm always like, since I was a kid, like, what's new? Like,
Same. I feel like that's something I'll never like. I feel like there's some people that get content. Like I trust me.
like the guys that only listen to Tool. Like, how many albums do they have? That's all they listen to.
Yeah, that's
How?
That's
How,
legit.
sir?
That is like a legitimate stereotype for there's always like guys in their late to mid 30s that only listen to Tool.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe a little Creed in there, but that's it.
We're seeing Limp Bizkit at the end of July.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Hopefully it's not hot as hell like it was today.
At least it'll be later at night, so, and we could bring waters, I think, so.
Yeah. Now we talked about music.
This is how all our conversations go, like this.
It's probably like ADHD brain and everything else. Oh, well, so you're talking about your summer with dance music. This is completely off topic. Sorry, this isn't anything about movies now. Are you having a brat summer? Like, did you listen to Charlie XCX's new album?
Am I having a brat summer? I'm definitely having some kind of summer. It might be a cruel summer.
A cruel summer.
A super single summer because I can't. That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to send you Charlie XCX's new dance album because it's so good. It's very good. I think you would thoroughly. That's one of the ones I figured you might have heard it already, maybe from TikTok.
I feel like you might have sent me one of the songs, but I don't know if it was like really hitting it enough for me. I don't know.
Von Dutch is my favorite off of it, but
no, I don't think I heard. I definitely did not hear that then.
I'll update the playlist.
I just got a new song on Spotify. I don't even remember what the heck it was, and I was like, oh, I should send this to Tanya. I'm bad with names, so that's what it is.
It's okay.
Names, titles, dates,
All right, so that wraps up your top 5 movies. Sorry, we completely kept getting off topic, but that's just natural.
I love that for us.
So that's your top 5 movies. And so on to the next question. What is the first movie you saw in movie theaters like as a kid?
So I was racking my brain on this question. So I remember seeing 2 movies.
Okay.
I remember seeing Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
And Free Willy.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure they came out the same year, but I want to say Nightmare Before Christmas was the first one I remember. But my sister said there was another movie that we went to. I don't remember what the heck she told me. She told me a few weeks ago. So I'm not going to count the one I don't remember. I'm just going to count the one I saw. And that was the night before. And who doesn't love that movie?
It's got a very it's funny because I feel like there's 2 very casual type of Nightmare Before Christmas fans, and there's ones that are decked out head to toe in Nightmare Before Christmas merchandise.
Yeah, I'm not at that level.
Yeah, and then there's ones that are like, I appreciate it and like it, and I'll watch it around like Christmas or Halloween.
Yeah,
and
it's definitely
cute.
like I've always loved it, but it's a good one.
I think of like girls that would come in Nightmare Before Christmas like pajama pants at work and would shoplift. And we'd have to like watch the cameras.
I would tell them, anybody comes in pajama pants, those are the shoplifters. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, it was always true.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Something about girls in pajama pants. They like the 5-finger discount.
Yeah. Oh. Free Willy, I feel like I watched that when I was little, but I wasn't a crazy fan of it.
It was a big hit back then.
It was.
It wasn't that great though when you really think about it.
I have not watched it in quite a while, but
I know it was a boy and a whale and he freed him.
I know Lori Petty from Tank Girl was in it for like, or in the second one, I don't know. I don't even know if you know what that is, but
I don't remember. And then there was the Michael Jackson song that everyone was obsessed with back then from that movie.
I can't even recall what that would.
I'll have to Google it later.
Sorry. It's just gonna be a lot of giggling in this one. Free Willy and Night Before Christmas is Jess's movies that she remembers being the first one she saw.
That's what we're going with.
That might show your age.
Most of this shows my
age.
We'll take guesses on the age too.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, comment and guess Jess's age.
Anybody who remembers all these movies are gonna be like, oh yeah, she's my age, and they'll just know automatically.
All right, on to the next question. What is a movie that you think is underrated?
Underrated. So I'm gonna go with a more recent movie. I'm gonna say Nefarious.
Okay, I've never seen that, so I'm gonna let you.
It's like a psychological thriller type movie, and I don't even know if it got good ratings. I think I just watched it on a whim, and it was weird. Like, it's a guy on death row, and he's a demon, or is he not a demon? Like, and then it's like the psychiatrist is evaluating him, and he's like, send me to the death penalty. He's like, that just, I don't know, unlocks. I don't remember the whole thing.
But you remember enjoying it, and you never hear anyone talk about it.
Weird. No, because I remember like some of the stuff he was saying was very controversial, like about like I don't know if I could say it on the podcast, like
and maybe I'll edit it out.
So kind of like he was like, yeah, he's like, you know, the devil's winning and da da da. He's like, what do you mean? Like, we've got so much strives, like, and it's just like a guy on death. There's no special effects really. There's nothing crazy going on. It's like two guys talking most of the time, but it definitely like, I liked it.
It tickled your fancy.
It did.
Was that in the movies, or was that just like on a streaming thing and you just happened to come across it?
I have no idea. I think I was just looking for a movie one night and it popped up, I want to say.
I love that type of situation though. When I'm like just taking a chance on something, and I'm like, you know what, the cover art looks interesting for this, and the small description. Never.
The cover probably looks stupid because it's just a guy in prison on death row. And like I watched it with my ex, and like we rarely ever liked the same thing ever, and he also enjoyed it from what I remember. So
I'm gonna Google it really quick because I want to see what year it came out. Hold on.
I want to say the last two.
Oh, okay, 2023. You're right.
I feel like when I tell somebody else about this movie, nobody knows what I'm talking about.
It's got Sean Patrick Flannery in it.
I don't know him.
I think he was big in the.
Wait, what's he look like?
Looks like that. No?
I'm so bad with actors and names. I like the movie though.
All right, I'm going to move on to the next question. What is a movie you think is overrated?
I might make some people upset.
I know her answer to this already, because she was like, this might be so controversial.
I don't like Star Wars.
I don't really either. It's okay.
It doesn't do it for me. I've seen a bunch of them. Like, some are like, oh, it's okay. But like, I feel like the amount of money that's spent on it and everything like that. Like, the guy that plays in the show Girls. What's his name?
Oh, Adam Driver.
So the Star Wars Adam Driver, like, I love him. So that one was a little bit better, but all the rest of them, meh. I don't see the big appeal.
I have not really seen like any of them. I just didn't come from a household that watched them either. So that probably
I'd rather watch Star Trek if I'm going to watch sci-fi, honestly.
No one ever watched that in my house either growing up. So I feel like I have no like nostalgic roots towards that either.
No Captain Kirk for you? Picard?
You know what my parents did watch? What my dad did watch a lot that I really loved was, oh my God, why can't I think of the name of it? It is something with space.
The Final Frontier.
No.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Yeah, I don't know. Star Wars just... And I know, like, so many people love it. And I think that's, like, Disney owned now, right?
Yeah, they do, like, Disney Plus shows. The Mandalorian. The show that my dad always watched when I was little was Lost in Space. Like, the one from the 60s or 70s or something.
Well, I don't think I ever watched that.
Very old school. Very old school. I really enjoyed that all the time when I was little. But that's, again, because my dad always had it on.
No, I remember my dad loved Star Trek. And it's funny because we were talking about documentaries earlier.
Yes.
He watched all the different, like, the TLC. He was a very smart man, but, like, all the TLC shows, like, how it works, and then, like, anything, like, sci-fi, but not Star Wars.
Same. And I know some people that are diehard.
I like me some sci-fi, but Star Wars just doesn't do it for me.
Same.
I'm sorry to all the Star Wars fans.
I know. Apologies.
Don't come for me.
We're just girls. I don't know. I'm sure there's girls that like Star Wars. Sorry.
Literally
but
just a girl.
All right. That is your overrated. And what is... I'm going to go on to the next question. What
Is
is...
there another question?
Yeah, there's two more. We forgot to The last question, though, was an easy one.
Okay.
Yeah. What is a movie that is coming out in the future that you were looking forward to seeing?
Oh, that's right. I Googled this. So I saw Gladiator 2 is going to be coming out.
Okay.
I want to see more about that. Like, that might tickle my fancy. The new Crow, like, they better do that right. That was my sister's favorite movie when we were kids.
My mom always really liked that. My mom has the VHS of that, and I remember her being like in love with Brandon Lee and being like upset when he died.
Yes, for sure.
But I feel like because it's got such a, I don't know. I mean, not that Hollywood cares that much about things that have a diehard following and ruining the remakes.
They don't give a F anymore, but.
But I think to some extent it looks like there's some possible care put into it. I really like FKA Twigs. She's the girl that plays the love interest in the new movie. I watched the trailer because when I went and saw Maxine yesterday night.
I want to see that also.
I really liked it. It's got such. There's so many people online that have such split decisions on it about hating it and liking it, but I liked it. I actually really enjoyed it. It was absolutely stupid and 80s, and it's just what I was looking for yesterday night, wanting to watch. Sorry, that's off topic, but
most of this was off topic. I love that for us.
But okay, so The Crow.
Oh yeah, I also saw that there's a new Mad Max and
Furiosa.
Yeah.
That came out in movie theaters already. I don't think it's out in DVD yet, but I actually watched an illegal version.
I'm gonna have to watch that because I love me. Wait, is Tom Hardy in it? Oh wait,
No. I watched an illegal version of it. I don't want to say.
Okay.
But, and it was very good. I watched it last weekend.
It's missing the Tom Hardy.
It's Furiosa. So Charlize Theron's character in Fury Road, it's her prequel.
All right.
It's really good.
I still want to see it, but I want to see it less without Tom Hardy.
I think you'll
even
like
though
it.
He's a Virgo, he still does it for me.
I don't really care. Like, I'm not really a big Mad Max person, but I just happened to throw it on last Sunday morning because I woke up early, and it's like a 2.5 hour movie. I sat and watched the whole entire thing and was like really happy with it.
I'll have to see.
I think even Dylan woke up at some point and like finished it and was entertained by it too.
Nice. I'll have to check that one out too.
Those are both really. I feel like I'm looking forward to. I do want to check out The Crow.
Yeah, me too. Maybe we'll go to the movies together.
Yeah.
On a Tuesday when it's half off.
Oh, I didn't even know that was the thing. I haven't been going.
It's a thing.
Yeah, I know. Me and Dylan have been because it's like a cheaper, like I feel like hangout thing to do. So I've been like making it a point to go to the movies
it's
more.
It's cheaper if you sneak your snacks in.
Well, yeah. Although we did,
1000%, and it's more fun that way.
I completely messed up a box of Bunch of Crunch yesterday when I went. I love Bunch of Crunch.
Wait, what is a bunch? Do I know what that is?
I
don't think I
actually
ever had a Bunch of Crunch.
I actually have the rest of the box over there. Hold on, I'm gonna go get it and show you.
Show me what the hell a Bunch of Crunch.
It's so good.
So they kind of look like nerds.
It's probably no. It's like little Crispies, not gluten free. Can guarantee this is just as gluten free.
But they look like nerds, like little bowls of wads.
No, yeah, they're little like wads,
right.
But they're just chocolate covered Rice Krispies.
That wouldn't do it for me, even if I could eat it.
It's so simple, but they're airy and they got the crunch.
There's no peanut butter in there.
Oh no, just
I'm a peanut butter girl.
Crispy milk chocolate. That's what it says. We keep getting off topic. Okay. Do you want to go into the next one? Is there any other movies that you've seen of?
No, I think I mean, Beetlejuice is coming out too. I want to see that.
Oh, I want to see that as well.
There's a lot of good movies coming out this year.
Yeah, I feel like Hollywood's like kind of coming out of the funk they've had since COVID and all the strikes.
There's a new Lord of the Rings movie. But I will say, there's nothing coming out this year that's brand new. everything I saw that does look interesting to me is a remake or a sequel.
There's a few horror movies that have been coming, like that I think are like original.
Not my fave genre, though.
Yeah, you're not really a horror person. I get that.
Maybe they need to make more movies based on like Asian stories or something. Because I feel like a lot of the shows I watch on Netflix now, like the Asian, I love their plots are so much more twisty and weird than ours. I don't know what the name of the show was. Did you see the show where it's like the girl and like her classmates are like burning her with the curling iron and stuff?
No,
I'm
but
gonna
it
look
sounds
up,
familiar.
You're gonna have to watch this show. I don't know. It was just wacky, and she like it grows up, like gets revenge. It's like a revenge movie kind of.
Oh,
show.
wait. Are you talking
Revenge.
about Mask Girl? Mask Girl? Did you see that?
I did see that. That's another great one.
Yeah.
They should make that into a movie.
That Mask Girl was really good. So it actually is perfect that we started talking about Buncher Crunch and what I had at the movies yesterday, because my last question for the podcast is, what is your favorite movie theater snack? And
so obviously anything you sneak into the theater is going to taste better than the expensive candy that you buy there.
Agreed.
Even if it's from the dollar store, like the whole sneaking it in makes it a little bit better.
Agree.
I would usually go Reese's Pieces, but then I'm gonna go really off the beaten track. Off the beaten track, and I'm going to say the best thing to bring in the movie theater is a road soda.
Like a soda from another place? Is that what that means?
No, like
with alcohol in it?
Yes. I don't know why.
I don't drink a ton.
Somebody I used to date was like, "Come on, we're just gonna go and bring this in like put this in a cup and then drink it." And I'm like, are you an alcoholic? Like, I think I said that to this man, and I ended up partaking in the movie theater road soda, and it was actually a great date and a great time, and I recommend sneaking alcohol into the movie theater.
That's certainly the most unique response I've gotten so far. But great.
It was a good time. And then second place is Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces are good. I really like Reese's Pieces when I was little.
Yeah.
And it's got peanut butter in it, so it's like protein.
Peanut butter.
That's what me and Alyssa were talking about too, because I think she said something about peanut butter M&Ms, and I was like, it's got protein in it.
Yeah, anything peanut butter, I'm all about that, and it's gluten free. Thank God.
Yeah.
Don't
hit up Jess unless you're able to embrace her gluten-free lifestyle, by the way.
God, it's the most annoying thing ever. But I can have Reese's. Thank God. And
I like it though, because I feel like when we go to New York City, I always let Jess pick the food places, and all the gluten-free places in New York City is always phenomenal.
Yes.
We haven't gone to one in New York City that's been disappointing.
Yeah. I use the app, the gluten-free app, and that directs us. And I always look up the reviews to everything and see how sick everybody's been from it. I choose the ones that you don't get sick at, but yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps it up.
This is our 80-minute podcast, right?
No, I think it perfectly 35 minutes. Usually,
that's a long one.
Yeah, usually I edit. I mean, sometimes I edit out a few little, like if we're just spacing out in some of it or anything like that, or if I say and a million times like I normally do.
That's because one of our other favorite movies is Clueless.
Yeah. I mean, that's like part of the reason of the name of the podcast.
I love that. I almost put that on the list.
No one's put that yet. I'm surprised.
I even read the book.
That was a book? I didn't even know that. Now you're saying.
So, no, I had a book, but the cover of the book was the same movie cover. So maybe
they might have like made a book out of the movie. I wouldn't be surprised back then. That sounds like
I feel like I got it. Remember when you were a kid and they give you the little paper thing and you choose the book?
Yep.
I think I got that book from there, but does that even make sense? I don't even know.
It's like a Scholastic's.
Yeah.
Just sort of like.
No, I definitely had a book
for Clueless,
and I read it, and I want to say that was 3rd grade, 5th grade, 3rd grade. So I was a kid.
Oh, do you have any final words that you want to end off the podcast with?
No, I'm good. I think I said more than enough.
All right. Well, I would like to thank you very much, Jess, for coming on my podcast.
No
this
problem.
has been very fun. I love the banter that we had the whole time. And yeah, I think you should come on again and we should talk about TV shows.
We should do shows because I love me some TV shows.
Agree. All right. Thank you so much for listening, guys. And I hope everyone has a good 4th of July weekend. Even though this is probably coming out a few weeks after 4th of July, but you get the gist. Bye.
Love you.